All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to the Morbid Hour live stream here in the Horror and Metal channel.
Welcome.
Yes, we are going to be counting down our favorite Universal Monsters movies. Sean and I are going to go through our 10 through 6, and then Horror Fan 88 is going to join in um, with 5 through 1. He's only going to do a top 5. So, yeah, then we're going to count down our top 5 Sepultura albums. So I am using my old phone this time instead of my laptop, so it's much better quality, much more clear image. I'm sure you can tell it's way better on the laptop. The bad thing is it's a very tiny screen, and I can barely see what I'm doing. It's gonna be it's gonna be kind of hard to highlight the group chat and stuff, and yeah, like this is a very tiny screen. My old phone's a lot smaller than my current one. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but it just looks way better, and that way I don't have to fool with my stupid laptop.
Yeah.
Because it's a piece of crap. I hate it.
I have a little small one like that too, but
yeah,
I don't know why, but whenever I try to use it for streams, something always goes wrong. Like,
oh yeah. Well, I'm anticipating that. I'm sure something's gonna go on at some point. So I'm prepared for it. I might have to get my laptop on. It'll take me probably 20 minutes to fight with my laptop. So that's gonna suck. But I really didn't want to fool with my laptop today, so I'm just using my old phone, which is good that I'm still able to connect to the internet and actually do a live stream.
Oh, good.
Because I don't want to use my current phone because somebody might call or something might interrupt, and I don't want to put on do not disturb either because I don't want to miss out on any important phone calls or anything like that, or text messages. Or I like to just have my phone just with me. Just
I wonder what would happen, like if someone called, like what would happen with the screen, like.
Yeah, I don't know. But I have this phone on Do Not Disturb, which is good, so that won't happen. I don't think it would anyway, just because this phone isn't. This is my old phone, and it's not. What's the word? Like it's not. I can't receive phone calls and messages because it's not in service.
Yeah, pretty funny. I'm doing the same thing. I'm on my old phone, but my other phone's right here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's much better picture quality than my laptop, so that's good. But like I said, it's a tiny little screen, so I can barely see. And if I zoom in to where I can see the whole, the whole camera feed, then I won't be able to see the live chat. And I don't think we have anybody in live chat yet, anyway. But I know putting highlighting the comments is going to be a little trickier this time.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go and get started.
All right, let's do it.
All right. I guess I'll start off so that way we just go back and forth and eventually. All right. So when it comes to my number 10, it's kind of a tie. So the 1925 silent film Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney Sr. I don't see this usually considered part of the actual Universal Classic Monsters series. Like it's not in this Blu-ray box set. I never see it as part of any of these collections. But it technically was distributed by Universal, and I think it was the first horror movie to be distributed when it actually had the name Universal. I can't remember what the original name was. It was like some kind of initials or something. So yeah, I don't know if this really counts. It's it's a silent film. It came out in 1925, so it's 100 years old as of this year.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, you got the great Lon Chaney Sr. who did his own makeup. That's such an iconic image. It's right up there with like the shadow of Count Orlok going up the stairs from Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Which that movie's from 1922, so it's even older. But yeah, his makeup job, the way the Phantom looks is so iconic, and it's pretty close to the book too. He's described as like looking like his face looks like a skull, and I think that's still like the best look the Phantom's ever had in any movie, in my opinion. So it was distributed of Universal. I'm pretty sure Universal owned the rights for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's in the public domain now. But I think it kind of still counts as a Universal monster movie. It was the silent era, like I said. And his makeup was so iconic that originally the Phantom was only going to be in a couple scenes, but it looked so great that they used it throughout the whole movie. You see a lot of it like this, which is cool. But if this one doesn't count, then I'll go ahead and consider this one, the 1943 version with Claude Rains, because this is undoubtedly part of the series. This is always, usually included in those collections. When they had those DVD sets, they didn't have Phantom of the Opera. It was just the other 6 of the big series, and this wasn't a big series either, unless you discount it as as a remake of the original. But I think Claude Rains is very, very good. Of course, he was in the original The Invisible Man from 1933, and of course he played Sir John Talbot, the Wolfman's father in the 1941 Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you don't really see him talked about. You always see Lugosi and Karloff and maybe Lon Chaney Sr. and Jr. But I think Claude Rains is just as good, just as iconic, and just as much of an important part of the Universal Classic Monsters, because he was great in Invisible Man. He was great in The Wolfman. He's really great in this as the title character. You don't see his face as much in this. But what's interesting about this movie is it's actually in color. I think it's the only movie, or actually it's definitely the only movie as part of like the Universal Classic Monsters collection that's in color.
Yeah, it's
which is really interesting. Yeah, and like some really iconic scenes. I think that the Hammer version is actually more similar to this one than it is to the Lon Chaney Sr. version.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Technicolor, yeah, definitely a good movie. Very suspenseful, very creepy. And I really like the way Claude Rains played the Phantom. Like I said, he's he's scary, he's creepy, kind of sympathetic at the same time. There's a lot of different dimensions to his character. He's more complex than some other horror villains, which was a nice touch. But yeah, it's a really good movie, and my 10th favorite. If this one was a count, I'd just say it's a tie between both versions. Phantom of the Opera.
I'd say the original counts.
Yeah, I think so too. And of course, there's also Jekyll and Hyde, which was before it was called Universal. And then there was Hunchback of Notre Dame, even before this, where with Lon Chaney Sr. So so I think those count as well. You just never see it as part of like the collections, like the official series.
Yeah,
but I think it counts.
I always love the fact that he did his own makeup and stuff.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
That's a classic, makeup job.
Yeah.
Like iconic.
Yeah, how many makeup artists also act in the movie and do their own makeup? I mean, that's not common. Very commendable, very admirable. It's weird how like he basically died like he was such a huge silent film star. He basically died like right when movies were becoming like talkies, as they call it, with sound and dialogue spoken out loud. So it's kind of like he died with the silent era.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, his son Lon Chaney Jr. I think is just as iconic and just as important.
Yeah,
of course.
I mean, but as you were saying,
it was Creighton Chaney.
That the makeup is just completely iconic. The scene where the face reveal and he looks up, that's like extremely well known, and yeah, it's creepy, but
yeah,
Lon Chaney's just awesome. So
yeah, such an iconic image for classic horror. Like I said, right up there with the Shadow from Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Off to a good start. The horror genre was off to a good start with that
one. Definitely in the 20s.
Yeah. Like I said,
crazy.
The 1943 Phantom of the Opera with Claude Rains, I think, is just as good.
Yeah. Okay, my number 10 is going to be Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh. Nice.
Definitely. Definitely a late bloomer on this one. I didn't even ever watch it until like last year. Like, I'm like, damn. Like, I don't know why I just never got around. I had saw the sequel way back though. In the 3D with the 3D glasses and the Return of the Creature.
Revenge, yeah.
Yeah, Revenge of the Creature. Sorry.
It's all good.
And but yeah, I really enjoyed it right from the get-go. Yeah, excellent movie, amazing practical makeup effects. I love the design of the costume and the makeup. It looks amazing. Yeah, and I think I don't think they overuse them. They kind of keep them mysterious and under the water most of the time. And I love the scenes underwater too. Very well done.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just really good classic.
Yeah, it's great.
Great pick.
And that's actually going to be my next choice. That's going to be my number 9, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Awesome.
Yeah, when I was a kid growing up, like I always say, the Universal Classic Monsters was kind of my introduction to horror. They were among the first horror movies I ever watched. I was immediately hooked. So they were very important in like my genesis as a fledgling metal horror fan. And yeah, aside from the Frankenstein movies, Creature from the Black Lagoon was actually my favorite when I was a kid. And I had all three of them on VHS. I'd watch the Frankenstein movies and I watched the Creature Black Lagoon movies the most. I mean, yeah, like you said, the design of the monster, the costume is just amazing. It looks really, really good. Yeah, so iconic. Yeah, it's really impressive. All the underwater scenes, like they had the actor. I think his name was Rico Browning. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the same actor that played him in the underwater scenes in all three movies, but a different actor played him for the out of water scenes. And yeah, it's pretty cool they were able to film underwater, and he looked really good. And he was able to stand there for a long time. And yeah, a lot of horror like tropes and cliches, I think, owe a lot to this movie. This is kind of the start to where a lot of it originated in a good way.
Yeah.
And yeah, so iconic. Yeah, classic monster movie, and yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's truly one of the most underrated, like, even though it's a part of the Universal Monsters, the overall creature design is so awesome. Like, it just sucks it doesn't get talked about as much up there with horror creature designs and stuff.
Absolutely.
True. I don't know, maybe because it came out a lot later, right then.
Yeah, it was well after the others. I mean, it was what, 1954?
Yeah.
The year that the original Godzilla came out.
Mm.
Hello, Lynette.
But still black and white though, so it still has that
true.
classic feel, you know.
Yeah, it was after the Phantom of the Opera of 1943. So yeah, still black and white. All of them were well into the 50s.
Yeah.
Except for that one.
Even like all the sequels, like, you know, Invisible, a lot of them were the 40s and stuff, like the, you know, Invisible Mans and all the different, you know.
Yeah, I consider it mostly a 30s and 40s thing. Even the final Frankenstein film, Abbott Costello beat Frankenstein was in 48. So
yeah,
but they met some of the other monsters, I think, in the early 50s.
Was that true? He's the sixth cousin of Vincent Price. That's pretty awesome.
That's really awesome. Well, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
You're lucky. Yeah, Creature of the Black Lagoon, of course. And yeah, Revenge of the Creature, Creature of Los Among Us are pretty good too. I used to watch them all the time as a kid. Like I said, they were my second favorite next to Frankenstein when I was a kid. I think now I like Dracula and the Wolfman and the Mummy a little more, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Well, this might be a shocker here, so hopefully I don't get kicked off your channel, kicked off YouTube.
I think I know what you're going to say.
You probably know what I'm going to say. The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In at number 9. Now, that's not to say that I don't love it, because I love everyone on this list.
Yeah.
I even loved some that I would have had as honorable mentions, but anyway. I do have a few issues with it. Mainly like some of the campiness and some of the kooky kind of comedy in there, like with Uno O'Connor and her over the top reactions, like crazy.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
And I know a lot of people love the Dr. Pretorius character, but I didn't really care for him too much. I thought he was very campy and over the top. And, you know,
fair enough.
Yeah, and I don't really care much for the comedy, but I love everything to do with the monster is great. Like Boris Karloff is amazing. I love the progression of the character, how he gets smarter as the film goes on. He learns to speak, and I love the scenes with him and the blind man, you know. Great stuff. And, you know, of course, the bride at the end, that's a great final act, you know. And, man, talk about an iconic character with only 5 minutes of screen time. You know, her look is amazing. It's so cool. And I love when she, rejects the monster. It's just classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just
Absolutely.
have a few little issues, but overall, but I still love it.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll talk more about that one here in a little bit. um, so my what am I on? 8 now. Um, so my 8th favorite is going to be the Mummy's Hand, which is the well, I consider it the second film in the Universal Mummy series. Like a lot of people say that the first one's a standalone and Mummy's Hand's not really a sequel, and it's not because it has a different mummy, Imhotep in the first one, and then of course Karis and all the other ones. But I still consider it kind of the same series, just the Mummy series. There's a lot of sequels, a lot of series where they have different characters in the sequels and they don't really technically have a connection, but and it's always concluded in all the collections like this one. I used to have the Mummy's Hand on VHS, but not anymore. But I do have it on this collection. I've got that one DVD collection too, that big box set, the green one. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I didn't dig out any of those for this stream, but yeah, I've got on this collection. Yeah, Karis is the mummy this time. You can see him. And unlike Imhotep, who actually wears normal clothes and like speaks and can fit into society, Karis stays in the bandages and doesn't talk and is a mute, silent, slowly stalking creature, more like a monster. He's very different, and the Mummy's Hand is takes a very different direction than the Mummy in that it's a little more adventurous, more comedy. The main characters actually kind of feel a little bit like Abbott and Costello, but kind of more like with a Indiana Jones feel, which way before Indiana Jones was a thing. So yeah, it was a pretty fun movie, very entertaining, and yeah, I like Karis, and yeah, it's a great follow up. It's whichever one you want to look at it. If you want to look at the follow up to the original 1932, The Mummy with Boris Karloff, or just the beginning of its own series. Tom Tyler, who's I think best known for westerns, plays Karis in this one. He was played by Lon Chaney Jr. in the next three. And then I can't remember who plays Clarice and Abbott Costello Meet the Mummy. I think that was like some like wrestler or something, or boxer or whatever. But yeah, The Mummy's Hand, great flick.
Nice pick.
Nice.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I heard you mention Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, and I was trying to see if it told me on the back of my VHS, but it doesn't.
I think his name is Eddie. Eddie Parker, I think is his name. Eddie Parker.
And
I think that's
this isn't in my list, but I had it and just wanted to be like, hey, there's something. So,
yeah, I think the actor playing Clarice and Abbott Costello Meet the Mummy is Eddie Parker. I don't know why I know that, but I'm pretty sure his name's Eddie Parker.
Impressive.
Yeah, I've got like a photographic memory. I don't know. Sometimes it's a curse.
Speaking of the Mummy, the original is my next pick at number 8.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely a classic. I love, Edward Van Sloan is in this too. He's in Dracula's Van Helsing, and he's really good in this too. I love the opening, and I kind of wish you got to see more of him as kind of like the monster, with the bandages and the rotting flesh, and but you can't deny how charismatic Boris Karloff is as Imhotep, in the, like you said, he can blend into society. And I love, the evil look on his face, he's very, very charismatic, and it's great to see him talk finally, as, he has such a great commanding voice and commanding presence, and he just really carries the movie. Whereas, as the monster, he's mostly, mute most of the time, or he like growls and grunts and stuff. And here he's, I guess to really stretch out as an actor, right?
Definitely.
It does have some pacing issues. I think it is quite slow, but I still really enjoy it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I agree. We don't really get to see him like as an actual bandaged mummy for very long.
Yeah.
But Boris Karloff just has such a commanding presence. It's so cool to see him. Hello, Anna. Anna's in the chat. Yeah, why is Sean in the chat? I don't know. I think that's just her display picture. I have a question, Sean. Maybe you know this. Is there a way to like just manually make all the comments appear on the screen for like temporarily, and then they'll like go the way by themselves? Because I don't have to do this manually, and I have to click it twice. It's not like the laptop at all.
I don't know. I've never tried that. Yeah, I always do the same thing. Just put it there and then hide it.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's probably a way to. I would imagine there's a way. Maybe you have to get the premium membership to just make a manual appearance. I have to click each one. I have to click it, and then I have to click add to streams. I have to like do it manually, and it's it's kind of hard.
That must be annoying when you're on the phone.
Yeah, it's much easier on the laptop. I'm not saying to stop chatting in the live chat. That's not what I'm saying.
Yes, we welcome everyone in the chat.
Yes, it's welcomed. It's just there's got to be an easier way. But it's fine, no big deal. But yeah, the Mummy's a classic. It's awesome. When I was a kid, I actually saw that one. I mean, I saw it really early on. I saw it a little later than the others. Like I watched all the Frankenstein movies and the Creature of the Black Lagoon and Dracula and Wolfman. I saw the Mummy a little later, but when I did see it, I freaking loved it. All right, so my number 7 is actually going to be the whoops.
Hit the subscribe button, right?
Yes. Okay, so yeah, my number 7 is going to be The Invisible Man from 1933. It's it's probably my second favorite movie to come out in 1933. The first being King Kong. Of course, King Kong and this both had incredible, phenomenal special effects for the time. The invisibility effects are just incredible. Like whenever he's unwraps the bandages and runs around, like you just see the pants and stuff. Obviously the scenes where he's completely invisible was easy because you didn't have to do anything, just voiceover. But you see him a whole lot, like wearing like just a jacket or just a shirt or something, and the effects are incredible. It's freaking 1933. That's just awesome. Like I said earlier, it is Claude Rains, and he's a great job. He's very charismatic, very photogenic, even though you can't see him. He's just great in this movie. He really makes the movie so great. He's kind of funny too. Like he kind of mocks people, and he enjoys being invisible. It's not he doesn't spend the whole movie looking for a cure or something. He just loses his mind and just becomes a madman. He's always constantly laughing and making jokes and stuff. Like you can't see me, and I think if somebody's really invisible, they probably would do stuff like that. At least sometimes. So I think they did that really well. It wasn't just oh, I'm invisible, I need a cure. He enjoyed the hell out of just.
I know. I mean, just why wouldn't you have fun with it? I mean, so many possibilities.
Yeah, he's just living it up. Yeah, I love that about it. And like I said, the
just
effects are incredible.
With people.
Yes, everybody would. Everybody would. Claude Rains incredible. The effects are incredible. The story is really good. This movie's just awesome. The Invisible Man Returns is really good too. That one actually has Vincent Price playing the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
So it's cool to think that Vincent Price was actually a Universal monster as well.
Yeah.
Some people kind of forget that, I think. But yeah, Invisible Man. Awesome movie.
And my number 7 is going to be The Invisible Man.
Nice.
Same DVD there. Yeah, I agree. Everything he said, absolutely, so good. And again, Una O'Connor, but at least she fits better in this movie, I think, because there is a lot of comedy in this one.
She might be a little less annoying too.
Yeah,
possibly.
a little less annoying.
It came out 2 years before Bride of Frankenstein. Maybe she wasn't as annoying yet.
But yeah, like you said, amazing effects for the time. I mean, very, very creative. And yeah, all the way back in 1933, and what they were able to do with it is fantastic. And yeah, Claude Rains is great. I love his evilness, you know. It's very sinister, you know.
And a prankster too.
Yeah.
He's very mischievous, which is really funny.
I always almost laugh with the people on the train when he gets
Yeah.
like, damn. Like,
he's wearing just his jacket and he's going, ah! Here we go gathering nuts in May.
yeah.
Funny.
Curious, what's next for you?
So,
Curious, what's next for you?
oops. We're just making sure or something.
Hello.
So, I wanted to add kind of a caveat to this list to where I wouldn't include too many Frankenstein movies just for more variety, because we already did our top 10. Or we already talked about the Universal Frankenstein movies, I mean. And so I didn't want to have too many Frankenstein movies. So I've narrowed down to 3. And when it comes to my third favorite, for the third best, most people would say Son of Frankenstein. And yes, I agree. That's a great one. But I didn't really like how the monster didn't talk anymore. And like, he didn't speak. I thought that was a huge step back, and that was kind of a regression. The best part of that movie, I think, was Bela Lugosi as Igor, and of course Basil Rathbone was awesome as the son of Dr. Frankenstein, Wolfgang Frankenstein. But my third favorite Frankenstein movie is actually House of Frankenstein.
Nice.
And for a few reasons. One being that like the previous film had the Frankenstein monster and the Wolfman. This one's got the Frankenstein monster, the Wolfman, and Dracula. The only thing that's unfortunate is Dracula is not played by Bela Lugosi. He's played by John Carradine, who he's not nearly as charismatic or memorable as Lugosi, but he has grown on me over the years. And he has kind of won me over. He does a good job, you know. Like I said, he's no Lugosi, but he's still decent. It's a very different Dracula. And another thing that kind of sucks is we don't see the monsters like together like very much. Dracula's killed off before the other two are even introduced, and then the monster is like strapped to a table most of the movie, and then like after the Wolfman is killed is when the monster awakens and actually gets to do something. So they didn't really know how to handle juggling all the monsters back then, but it was like one of the first movies to do this sort of thing. Crossovers weren't really a thing yet. So you have to give kind of a little bit slack, but still very, very enjoyable. And I think the best part is actually Boris Karloff. He doesn't play the monster this time, but he plays Dr. Niemann. Yeah, he's just awesome. He has so much. He's so charismatic, and like he has great chemistry with his servant Daniel, and like he's such an awesome villain. But he's kind of the protagonist at the same time too. Even though like once the Wolfman's introduced, it's a lot about him. But yeah, Boris Karloff's character, Dr. Niemann, is just awesome. Lon Chaney Jr., of course, back as Lawrence Talbot, is awesome as always. Glenn Strange as the monster is really good. He might be my second favorite next to Boris Karloff, because he played him 3 times, just like Karloff, and I think he feels a little bit more like the monster than Chaney Jr. and Lugosi did. They were good too, the previous 2 movies. But yeah, House of Frankenstein is a very, very, very fun movie. It's really, really enjoyable and really entertaining. Every time I have a marathon, I think I look forward to watching this one the most. It's just awesome, just a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Sorry, guys, having a little bit of internet trouble.
You're good.
Oh yeah. Favorite Vincent Price? That's
yeah, great pick.
Thanks. House of Haunted Hill, House of Wax, The Fly. Yeah, this is hard to do on my phone, but it's so much better than.
Why is a
fighting
Universal monster movie?
Yeah, technically you could argue. Yeah, he has a lot to say in the book. Mike Pope's in the chat.
Welcome.
Mike. Just bear with me. I'm trying to. I have to do all the
Hello.
comments manually, and it's a little difficult. There's got to be a better way to do this. I'll figure it out next time.
Well, my next one is going to be another kind of monster mashup, but it's going to be Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Freaking love that movie.
Nice.
Long before there was Freddy versus Jason or Alien versus Predator, you had Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
Yeah, I think it had to be the first Versus film, like the first crossover. And I think the Universal Monsters was like the first cinematic universe, probably.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It is, really.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's probably more of a Wolfman movie, but that's a good thing because I love Lon Chaney Jr. in this one. It's so good. As he always is. He always just kills it as that character every time.
Definitely.
But I love you get even more of that tragic side, to him and his frustrations, and he's trying to look for a cure for the lycanthropy, and trying to get. He meets up with the scientist guy who's studying the Dr. Frankenstein's work and his experiments and everything, trying to seek out a cure, and in doing so, he stumbles upon the monster who's like trapped in ice, right? Bela Lugosi as the monster is not really one of my favorites, but I think he does a solid job. I don't know what it is, but he kind of is not. He doesn't look as tall. He doesn't look as big, even though he's probably is like the same height as Bela Lugosi. But I don't know. Maybe his boots weren't high enough or something. I don't know. But he does do that kind of, that thing, which I think he kind of started that, didn't he?
Yeah, because originally, like, in Ghost of Frankenstein, Igor's brain, and Igor's played by Bela Lugosi, was implanted in the monster's body. So then he talked with Bela Lugosi's Igor voice. And so this one, originally, he was still going to have Igor's brain, and he was going to talk, and he was still blind because there was a different blood type with Igor than it was with the monster. And so that's why he walked like this, because he was blind. But they cut out all the dialogue. It was so interesting to see a version where it's intact, but it probably doesn't even exist anymore. But that's why he did that. And yeah, Lugosi was a good choice. I feel like he's great, but I feel like his facial structure is kind of, as the monster, is a little like he doesn't have like the right facial structure for the Frankenstein monster. It's perfect for Dracula, but of course under the makeup it still looks fine. But it was very different.
But I love the final act when they finally square off and the castle's crumbling down. And oh man, it's great.
Oh yeah, so iconic. Yeah, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman probably is a better movie technically than House of Frankenstein. But I just enjoyed that. I just find that one way more enjoyable because Boris Karloff's character, Dr. Niemann, and the fact that it also has Dracula in it, and has a pretty interesting, kind of a riveting climax and finale too.
Yeah.
But Frankenstein meets the Wolfman is great. It's awesome, and I think that was actually my second favorite when I was a kid. Oh yeah, Frankenhooker is great, Lynette. Yeah, it's a great fun movie. I love Frank Henenlotter's style. He also did Basket Case and Brain Damage. His movies are very, very creative, very imaginative, very weird, and very freaky, but they're just awesome.
That's another one I just came around to recently, Frankenhooker.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Have either of you seen Basket Case?
Yeah, I've seen that many times.
Oh, yeah, that's a must see. That's a must see.
I've seen all of them, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 and 3 are kind of. We're down to the top 5 now, so horror fan.
Join us.
Joining us, join us. Yes. So my turn. So my number 5 is going to be The Mummy, the 1933 classic with Boris Karloff, and I think that this is my second favorite role of his, next to, of course, the Frankenstein monster and even Dr. Niemann from the same series. And yeah, like everybody always thinks, oh yeah, the Mummy is just he's wearing the bandages and goes, oh, the whole movie. No, not at all. He does. It's very, very. He does that for like maybe a few seconds. When it comes to life, you see him moving around. He's in the bandages very, very briefly, and then you see him walk out very briefly. You don't even really see much of that. Then the next time we see him, yeah, he's wearing clothes and speaking English, and he's intelligent, and he's like really evil. He's not just a mindless pawn like Karras is in the other Mummy movies. Like he's really in charge, and he's trying to resurrect his dead girlfriend. It's a really intricate concept, and of course, like I said, Boris Karloff just has a really commanding presence. And like I said, next to the Frankenstein movies, this is definitely my second favorite role of his. Also has really good acting by Bramwell Fletcher, who's only in the very beginning. Like this is one of the first horror movies with sound, and his reaction to Imhotep coming to life is really genuine and really, really entertaining. He went for a walk. He just totally loses his mind from seeing a mummy walk right in front of him. It's kind of similar to Claude Rains. I wish he could have been in the movie more. But yeah, Edward Van Sloan from Dracula and the original Frankenstein is also great. Great acting all around. Everybody's great. Karloff really carries the movie. He's the best part. Really great acting, really good story. This one involves the Scroll of Life, I think it's called, instead of the Hannah leaves that bring them back to life in the other Mummy movies. Very, very, very enjoyable. Like I said, I saw this one a little bit later than the others when I was a kid, but I still saw it very early on, enough to definitely appreciate it. And definitely a worthy entry. And I think the Imhotep version of the Mummy is probably my fourth favorite of the Universal monsters, next to, of course, the Frankenstein monster, Dracula, and the Wolfman, for sure. And definitely get the Legacy collection. It has all the other Mummy movies with Karras or Clarice in the Abbott Costello one. Really, really, really good. It's funny because all the artwork pretty much depicts him looking like this, but like we already established, that was just a very, very small part of the movie.
Yeah.
But that's become, iconic, that look,
Yes, very. And when it comes to the action figure, I actually have the one where he's in the bandages. I know now they also have one where he's in the under the guise of Ardeth Bay, which is the name he goes by, when he has like the hat and the robes and stuff and is talking. So they have two different figures for this one, but I got this one because it just looks more like a mummy. It just kind of fits in better, I think, with my other Universal monster figures. But it's
very
interesting.
nice.
Like I said, he only looked like this for a very short time in the movie, but still a very iconic appearance. I think more people remember that than they do him, actually wearing clothes and talking and stuff.
Yeah. Is it my turn? Oh.
Yes.
My number 5 is going to be Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Nice.
My favorite horror comedy of all time. I love this movie. To me, this is a much better monster mashup than the House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula. I feel like they utilize the monsters much better in this one. Because we do get a lot of scenes with them together, and and I think Abbott and Costello are great. They're probably my favorite comedy duo. And they're at their best here, and they got a lot of great lines, a lot of classic routines, as well as you even see Dracula with a couple one-liners.
Yeah.
And it's just great to see Bela Lugosi finally back. It's his only other performance in film as Dracula. Great job. Once again, Lon Chaney Jr. killing it as always, and you got Glenn Strange. I think does a great job as the monster too.
Yeah, he actually has lines in this one too.
Yeah,
he talks. Yeah, originally Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein was going to be on my list instead of House of Frankenstein, but I switched them at the last minute because I was like, well, House of Frankenstein is more of a horror movie where, Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein is one of my favorite horror comedies, so it's more of a spoof, more of a parody. It's a comedy, but I do think, like you said, I do think it's a better monster mash because we actually see all three monsters interacting quite a bit. It's not like they kill off Dracula and then focus on the Wolfman and then the Frankenstein at the end. They actually have all three of them the same, which is awesome. And yeah, it's the only other time of the original 1931 classic where Bela Lugosi actually plays Dracula. I really wish he could have been in House of Frankenstein.
I know, that would have been great.
Yeah, so they definitely handle that whole thing way better than the two House movies. But I do think it probably is a better movie. But I include House of Frankenstein because it's more of a horror film and because Boris Karloff is just so freaking awesome in it. But yeah, I only want to include 3 Frankenstein movies just for more variety. But that one would undoubtedly be on the list if I didn't add that caveat because it's awesome. It was probably the first horror comedy I ever saw, and it's just amazing. Yeah. I absolutely love it. It's hilarious too. Okay, one guy going like this, and one guy going like
I love that.
They were the funniest comedy duo of all time, I think. Right up there with Laurel and Hardy and Cheech and Chong. But yeah, they were hilarious.
Right.
And yeah, and Glenn Strange was great. Yeah, he actually had lines, and it was great seeing Lugosi back as Dracula. And they definitely handled, juggling the 3 monsters way better this time. So that would have been on my list, undeniably. But
I love that they always take the monsters seriously too. Like they're not a joke. It's just Abbott Costello mostly bringing the comedy.
Yeah, because the monsters aren't like goofy or anything. So they actually act like they would, which is good.
Definitely.
Spider Baby is great, Lynette. I haven't seen that in a long, long time. I like the the White Zombie song.
Yeah. All right. Well, time for me to finally get my opinions in here. But first up for me at number 5 is going to be The Invisible Man. I really dig this movie. Like you said, the effects, especially for the time, are fantastic. And I love the classic lines like, "You're crazy to know who I am." He's like, "Here, have a souvenir for you and you." I love that. I love the lines like, "Even the moon is frightened of me, frightened to death." But yeah, I love the movie. I love the look of the character, and I actually have never seen the sequels to it, so it's fun. But yeah, as far as this one goes, I really dig this one.
Yeah, it's great. And yeah, the sequels are mostly really good. Invisible Man Returns, Invisible Man Revenge, and Invisible Woman, Invisible Agent. Abbott Costello Meet the Invisible Man. That was hilarious.
Right, that's a good one too.
Yeah, it's probably my second favorite Abbott Costello meet a monster movie next to the Frankenstein one. Yeah, Invisible Man's great. Right, so my number 4 is The Wolfman, the original 1941 classic with the great Lon Chaney Jr.
Hell yeah.
And of course, Claude Rains playing his father, Sir John Talbot. Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. I got the figure right here, the Wolfman, Lawrence Talbot. And it's interesting in this movie because Bela Lugosi actually plays the werewolf that bites Lawrence Talbot, but he looks like kind of just looks like an ordinary wolf. And I think I was told that the werewolf's played by Lon Chaney Jr.'s dog or Bela Lugosi's dog or somebody's dog, but whatever. It looked good in the movie. But yeah, so Bela Lugosi played a werewolf also. Great acting from Lon Chaney Jr. It's cool because in this one we get to see him before he became a werewolf, and he's very different. He was kind of Yeah, he was very much a ladies' man, like had other interests. In all the other movies, he pretty much spends the whole time, seeking a cure for his lycanthropy affliction. Rightfully so, understandably so. But it's interesting. In this movie, we see like what he was like before he was afflicted with the curse.
Yeah.
Great acting by him and Claude Rains. It's an awesome movie. Has some really creepy, really eerie, ominous scenery. Some really awesome locations in the woods with the mist on the ground and stuff. I don't think there were any shots of the actual full moon in this one. I think that didn't come till Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. And when he transforms, you only see like a close up of his legs growing hair and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't show a lot of transformation effects in this one like they would in the rest of the series. But it's still really, really good. Definitely one of the best ever. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It was always one of my favorites growing up and still is to this day.
Oh, yeah.
The Wolfman.
Excellent choice.
Definitely.
Thank you. Good stuff.
So my number 4 is going to be Dracula from 1931, classic starring Bela Lugosi as
Nice.
Dracula. I mean, what more can you say about his iconic portrayal of the character? I think really the definitive version of Dracula that set the standard for all to follow, really,
Mhm.
It's the most whenever people think of Dracula, that's like the look that people think of,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And his accent and his mannerisms and his portrayal is just so great. I think the movie has a little bit of pacing problems, and I think the ending is very lackluster, and that's what kind of puts it at like number 4. It would have been a lot higher, but and I love Edward Van Sloan. I think is excellent as Van Helsing too. I love the scene when he shows them, at the mirror, and he just like slaps it down, and they have. That's really the only time where they kind of go at it, I wish there just was a little bit more action, But amazing gothic tone. When Renfield goes to the castle, it beats him. It's so classic. The gothic tone and the castle and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the brides too are really creepy and really cool.
Absolutely.
But yeah, just I wish there was a little bit more action, a little bit more of a standoff between Van Helsing and Dracula, and a better final act, definitely. But just for I love this. Another thing I love is the scenes of Dracula walking through London, walking through the streets of London, with the top hat and stalking his victims, almost like a Jack the Ripper kind of thing.
Love it.
That's really cool. But yeah, great movie.
Definitely.
Excellent. So number 4 for me is gonna be the Wolfman. When it comes to this movie, I will get to more of the atmosphere talk a little bit later, but I eat up any kind of gothic atmosphere, like the scenery with the fog and him roaming through the dark woods is perfect. Even once again, for I think this one was in the 40s, right? 1940 something.
1941, I think it is. Yeah, 1941.
Yeah, like even the effects for back then of the transformation into the wolf, it's still cool. Like even though practical effects would way outseed it for the time being, I thought it was really cool. It fit the vibe. Yeah, and the characters like the gypsy. It's it's just it's a great movie.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah, I forgot to mention the gypsy. Yeah, all that stuff was done great. and like all the legend talk, the urban legends and stuff. Dark Wolf is coming with your mother's kind permission. That's from Fright Night. Yeah, that's my buddy.
Welcome.
Welcome, Dark Wolf. Okay. All right. All right. So, my number 3 is going to be Dracula, the original 1931 classic with Bela Lugosi. Like Sean already said, it's very iconic. Like when anytime anybody does a Dracula impression or like a parody or something, it's always Lugosi's version. So iconic. Yeah, the Hungarian accent. People think of this version of Dracula more so than they do the original literary character from Bram Stoker's novel, who, he was described as having a mustache, everything else. People think of Lugosi more so than the novel. And that's really saying something. After all these years, still iconic. He's still the one that people imitate. Great acting for Bela Lugosi. I mean, he is Dracula, so iconic. Edward Van Sloan is great as Van Helsing. I think another one of the best performances in the movie next to those two is Claude Rains as Renfield. He was really crazy and over the top and really good acting. He's in a lot of these Universal movies. Of course, he was Fritz in the original Frankenstein, and then he was the assistant in Bride of Frankenstein, and he's had small roles in a lot of these movies. He's really awesome. He's underrated. Would be cool to see him have like a starring role or something, but he's great in this. Yeah, everything's great. The gothic atmosphere, the scenery, the tone is awesome. Yeah, the ending, like the climax, the finale is a little underwhelming. It's kind of just, Van Helsing shows up, says, "I'm going to kill Dracula." Then he stakes him, and I killed Dracula. Like, yeah, there's no final battle or anything. It's not like Horror of Dracula, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, going at it, and really awesome. But, it was 1931. It was like pretty much the first talky horror movie with sound. So I'll cut them some slack. Of course, Frankenstein came out the same year, and it had a much more engaging, much more thrilling finale. But like I said, I'll let it slide because it was so long ago. Also, the vampires don't really have fangs either. But, like I said, I'll let it slide. It was so long ago. Yeah, the brides are a little creepy. The ending is a little underwhelming, but it doesn't really take away from the movie. Another thing is I kind of wish they would have showed Lucy as a vampire a little more. I mean, there was very little to it. Like, what was just a newspaper clipping saying the lady in white or the woman in white or whatever she was called, like, killed somebody or something. It's like, it'd be better if we actually saw more of that. I think the Spanish version, which is filmed at the same time, might have handled a few things like that better, although the actor in the Spanish version was nowhere near as charismatic as Lugosi.
Like the Hammer version.
Yes, exactly. I'm just trying to get caught up with the chat. Do the hand. What's the hand thing? What hand thing? This? Or this? What? Yeah. Dark Funeral. Oh wow, that's one of my favorite black metal bands. I didn't think they'd be at a topless donut shop, but anyway.
Topless. I didn't know there was such a thing.
It's news to me. Yeah, it's first time hearing.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome donut shop.
Yeah, I do love donuts. But great movie. Yeah, very iconic. Like I said, a lot of the horror genre owes a lot to this movie. A lot of it started here. This is considered the first official movie in the like the Universal Classic Monsters series, even though, of course, Hunchback of Notre Dame and the 1913 Jekyll and Hyde and the 1925 Phantom of the Opera I talked about did precede it. So I think there's technically those count, but I kind of feel like it does kind of start here. But yeah, awesome movie.
Really, yeah.
Well, my next pick might be another big shocker for you guys, but my number 3 is actually going to be Dracula's Daughter.
Wow.
Yeah. Over the years, I've just come to absolutely love this movie. I think it's great. It's just so underrated. And I love Gloria Holden in the role of the Countess Maria Zaleska. And it's kind of shades of what we would see almost in like the Vampire Lovers from Hammer and stuff. Because there is a little bit of hint of there's one scene that's kind of hints at lesbianism, whatever. But
It was pretty edgy for back then.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I just love her characters. She's just like tragic, she wants to be rid of the curse. She's a very reluctant vampire. She just wants to be cured. She wants to be rid of it, and that's why she goes to this guy, this doctor, this like therapist dude, psychiatrist, to try and help her to know what can she do to escape this curse, and once again you have Edward Van Sloan. It's great. He does return, so it is a really good sequel. It's almost like a spin-off actually, but
He's renamed Von Helsing for some reason.
Von Helsing, like why is
I
he
don't know
Von
why.
Helsing?
Yeah.
But he does great, and I love how they they're kind of putting him on trial for murder because he killed Dracula, and they just think he's some crazy guy that killed the dude with a stake to the heart, Somebody's like, no, I was just doing the world a service, a great service to all humanity. No,
My wife is in the chat.
And I love the Countess's servant too. His name's Dandor.
Yeah, he's the
He's
best.
so good. He's almost like Dracula. He's like scary.
Yeah. He's hilarious when she's talking about like she's kind of a reluctant vampire, which is an interesting twist. She's talking about, oh yeah, the birds chirping. He's like, no, bats, and like he's being all dark and like evil about it. That was hilarious. he's such a prick. It's really funny. I think he's the best part, but yeah, Gloria Van Holden was great as Maria Zaleska. That'd probably be my 11th favorite. I almost included it on this list, but it is really, really good follow-up. Yeah, Edward Van Sloan's great. I wish Lugosi could have returned somehow, but Maria Zaleska was a great character too. All right, my wife is in the chat. Hey, babe.
Hello.
Sorry it took me a while to get to you. Yeah, this manually doing the chat on my phone is definitely a little tedious, but we'll get it done.
But yeah, my number.
Sure. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. My number 3 is going to be the original Frankenstein.
Nice.
This was a tough one between the 2 and 3 spot, but anyway, this is off topic. But have you guys seen the new Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein?
I have not yet.
Haven't yet. I want to though.
It's very good. It's on Netflix, so check it out. But yeah, I mean, how iconic can you get than Frankenstein? I mean, like, there are so many properties that have taken inspiration from this film and everything. It's got beautiful atmosphere, classic dialogue, like, it's alive! My God, now I know what it feels like to be God! Just insane stuff, beautiful atmosphere. The look of the monster itself is truly iconic, and it's just incredible. And like I said, it was a really tough one between this and my number 2, but yeah, for now, my number 3 is the original Frankenstein.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, so number 2, you already did Dracula, right? So yeah, my number 2 is gonna be Frankenstein. Nice. Yeah, this is the first Universal monster movie I ever saw. One of the first horror movies I ever saw. I saw this probably right before Dracula. I think I might have watched them in the same day or either a day apart. But this is the first one I checked out, and I was instantly hooked. It's an awesome movie. Yeah, Boris Karloff is just amazing as the monster, so iconic, so memorable, and like he's just kind of synonymous with the part pretty much by now. Like, you know, when people think of Frankenstein, they think of his portrayal, much like with Lugosi and Dracula. Yeah, he's great. I think my favorite performance in the movie actually might be Colin Clive as Dr. Henry Frankenstein, renamed from Victor from the novel. Yeah, he's just awesome. He was like Herbert West, you know, many, many years before Reanimator. He's determined. He's obsessive. You know, he's a little nutty. You know, he's very, very like he'll do anything to in the name of science. You know, yeah, and so many iconic lines. Yeah, it's alive, and you know, now I know it feels like to be God, which that was censored for such a long time. I think my original VHS I used to have didn't even have that line, if I remember correctly.
Wow. Again.
Yeah, but yeah, really great moments, really creepy. Dwight Fry is great as well. Did I call him Claude Rains earlier? I hope I didn't. If I did, I meant Dwight Fry, who played Renfield in Dracula. I hope I didn't say Claude Rains by mistake, because I feel like I did. But I meant Dwight Fry, who plays Renfield in Dracula, and here he's Fritz. You know, usually the Igor character in all the parodies is like more akin to him than it is the actual Igor instead of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein. Yeah, great directing by James Whale. Like, I love the opening in the cemetery. So many iconic scenes in the castle and stuff. A very riveting, very engaging climax, the finale with the burning windmill. Yeah, just so awesome. Yeah, great acting, great story, great characters. It's just all around awesome. I really nothing bad to say about this movie. It's all killer. It's just excellent.
No filler.
One of the first ones I ever saw, and still one of my favorites.
Hell yeah.
Scorpio loves Libras in the chat. Oh, that's
Guess who that is? Guess who that is? My wife.
Yeah, that's your wife.
Welcome.
About that.
Hello, Christy.
All right, yeah. So Lynette wants to join us. Yeah, I mean, it's cool with me. I don't know. We can talk about that later on, I guess.
Hmm?
I'll have to check out her channel.
Indeed.
I don't know. It was cool having a guest last with Guest Metal Elites, so I do think it's a cool idea.
He was really good.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea to have guest stars every so often.
So my number 2 is going to be The Wolfman.
Nice.
Freaking love this movie. Yeah, what can I say? I just love the character of Lawrence Talbot. Just fantastic. Brilliant. Love the tragedy of his character, and like you said, you know, you get to know him a little bit before he gets bit by Billa or whatever. And yeah, I love the gypsy woman, you know. And he's just a very likable character, and he's just cool, you know. And I love the tragedy of it, you know, that he's inflicted with this curse. You know, it's not his fault. He can't control what he does. You know, it's in his nature to kill, you know.
Yeah.
When the moon comes out, the monster comes out. And yeah, it's just a great story. Claude Rains is great as his father, and you know, does everything to try and help him till the end. He has no choice but to kill him, you know. And that's sad. It's kind of, you know, once again, the tragedy of it, you know. His own father has to kill him to save us, you know.
Yeah.
I just think it's brilliant. You know, the characters, the acting, the gothic atmosphere, and I love how I think the makeup is great too. To this day, I still love the makeup, dude. I mean, look at this, badass.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I love when you see him like walking around through the woods and he's like on his hind legs and stuff. It's so cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, fantastic movie. Yeah, it's my number 2.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Whew. Well, my number 2 is gonna be The Bride of Frankenstein. I know. I think I've mentioned it before when we discussed our Frankenstein video, but this was the first Universal monster film I ever saw. So I kind of have that like deep connection with it. Uh, but you know, the bride herself, as you said, with such little screen time, is so iconic,
Yeah.
and I love the hair and everything, and I don't know, just something about this movie, you know, like characters like Pretorius, or you see the little miniature people just in the glasses. It's so odd. Um, but I love the classic lines like "We belong dead." It's just so good. So yeah, it's one of those things where is the first one objectively better, probably, and more iconic, but I don't know. I just have a love for this one too. That's why I said my two and three were kind of fighting each other, but Bride of Frankenstein. The Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, yeah. I really want to see that new Frankenstein movie, and then they're gonna make a remake of Bride of Frankenstein next year, I think, with
Yeah.
Christian Bale as the monster.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks good.
Yeah, I want to see both of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I still need to watch the Netflix one, the
Yeah, I
Frankenstein.
want to see it really bad.
Mm.
So
It's really good. It's like akin to like I would say the new Nosferatu, like that type of vibe.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that yet either.
Oh wow.
I did see that.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah, my number two was the original Frankenstein. Here's a few honorable mentions. Um, let's see. All right. So I already said Dracula's Daughter. Yeah, that's a really good one. Like I said, that almost made my list. Probably number 11. Yeah, Son of Frankenstein, which I already said is really good. Basil Rathbone's great. Boris Karloff returns as the monster for the final time. Bela Lugosi as Igor is really memorable. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, which I already talked about, is one of the first ever crossovers. Bela Lugosi is the monster. Lon Chaney Jr. is great as Lawrence Talbot and the Wolfman. Yeah, House of Dracula is pretty good. Not as good as House of Frankenstein. Not as good as Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein. But we almost see Dracula and the Wolfman interact very briefly. I never understood.
Yeah, briefly.
It has the John Carradine Dracula. Then it has Lawrence Talbot and the Wolfman, like, you know, both of his forms. Like, why not have the Frankenstein monster and the Wolfman? But whatever. Yeah, Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, which I already said, one of my favorite horror comedies. I wanted to include this. It probably should be on the list, but whatever. Let's just move on. Yeah, Dracula's Daughter. Son of Dracula is okay. I don't think it's, you know, J. Peter was okay as Dracula. I don't think it's one of the better ones, but it's worth a watch. Yeah, all the rest of the Invisible Man movies I already talked about. Yeah, Revenge of the Creature and Creature Walked Among Us, which is really interesting because you get to see the creature walking on land through the whole movie and wearing clothes and looking just a little bit more human, which is interesting. Yeah, Revenge of the Creature is probably even better. But anyway, my number one choice is, of course, going to be The Bride of Frankenstein.
Nice.
Yeah, Scott, your opinion, but this was always my favorite as a kid, still is. I love the comedic moments. I love how Boris Karloff as the Frankenstein monster talks in this one. He actually has lines. He has much more of a personality. He has much more to do this time. He's a really interesting character. Colin Clive is kind of taken to the next level, but now he kind of regrets making the monster. He's kind of reluctant. He's being forced to do it by Dr. Pretorius, played excellently by Ernest Thesiger. I think he's an awesome character. I love how arrogant he is. I love when he's in the graveyard just talking to himself, and then the Frankenstein monster shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I thought I was alone. Hello, good evening. That's awesome." And then, like, when he pretty much takes credit for teaching the monster how to talk, even though it wasn't him, it was the blind man. That's awesome. Like, that's just an awesome asset to his character. It's just an awesome character trait. Like, he's such an ego. I love his interaction with Colin Clive. I love the bride herself. She's only on screen for like 5 minutes, but she's very iconic. Has a very iconic, very memorable look. Yeah, very awesome. Really riveting climax. Awesome finale. It's just an awesome movie. Yeah, Udo O'Connor was very over the top and annoying. there are some moments like that, but I still love it. I think it's just so much fun to watch, just so much enjoyable. I do think it's better than the first movie. Like horror fans said, maybe the first movie is technically better, like on paper, but I think this one's just a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable. It's always been my favorite and still is. Bride of Frankenstein is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Well, my number one is going to be the original Frankenstein. I actually do much prefer the original, but that's just my opinion, you know. Yeah, I mean, is there a more like iconic portrayal of the monster? Like, I mean, again, the definitive portrayal of the monster. Nobody is as good as Boris Karloff. and yeah, the makeup job is fantastic. Like, man, like you said, I do really enjoy Colin Clive as Dr. Frankenstein. He does a great job. I love the scenes in the, in the graveyard where they're, digging up the bodies and and putting it all together. And you got Edward Sloan in this one too, who was also in Dracula. And man, this has some of the best gothic atmosphere ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the scenes in the laboratory. It's just amazing. Like, when they raise up the thing and to the to the roof of the lightning, harnessing the lightning. Oh, I love it. And so many classic scenes. I love, when they're hunting down the monster with the the pitchforks and the the lynch mob getting together to take him out, and the great final act there, and the what was it, the windmill or something, when they're when the monster like throws Frankenstein off the thing and he goes around the wheel and shit. That's awesome stuff. And then they burn it down, Oh man, fantastic movie.
Yeah, great directing by David Whale. And
yeah.
Of course, the makeup by Jack Pierce is phenomenal too. I forgot to mention that when I talked about
just the things Boris Karloff is able to do without, being able to speak,
Absolutely.
His mannerisms, his great scene with the little girl too, when she's giving the flower. You saw some kind of humanity in there for a second, he's kind of connecting with her. Until he throws her in the lake, of course, but he has no idea what he's doing. He's a fish out of water. He kind of, he doesn't know anything about life or how to handle people, or And, yeah, exactly. As a mind of a child, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh, don't start that stuff now. Christy. She loves Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh no. So it's all good. Teach their own.
No, we love you. We still love you.
Excellent number one though, Sean.
Definitely.
Thank you.
My number one is probably pretty obvious. It's gonna be Dracula.
Nice.
I have like this kind of thought where I do think other films in the Universal Monsters are technically better. Like, I think Frankenstein is a better made film, better everything. But Dracula is one of my favorite characters in history. And whether it's film adaptations or Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, I just love the character. And I think Bela Lugosi is truly iconic. Like you both said, when people think of Dracula, it's that version of Dracula. And the atmosphere of this movie, I just eat it up. Like him standing on the staircase with the candle. I bid you welcome. It's perfect. And like I totally agree. The climax is definitely kind of anticlimactic, and there's just not really much to it. But yeah,
Underwhelming.
I love the way Bela Lugosi talks. I love the hand movements. Like, yeah, I never drink wine. uh, so yeah, I'm just a massive Dracula fan, and it's classic. But yeah, number one, Dracula.
Excellent choice.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, such a great delivery. Only Lugosi could deliver those lines so eloquently.
Yeah.
Pretty cool how we all had a different number one.
Yeah.
Seems like we're the same one.
I love the part when they're at the opera and he's talking to the girl and he's like, "To die, to be truly dead, would be glorious."
Like he says, "You're a very wise man, Mr. Van Helsing, for one that has yet to live a single lifetime."
yeah, that's great
Such a cool
stuff.
line. Sounds good, buddy. Sounds good about December. Sounds good. Him and his wife are gonna come visit me next month, and we're gonna watch Christmas horror movie.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta take care of something. I might be like 5 minutes. I'll try to be quick.
Alrighty.
But talk amongst yourselves. Shall return.
Yes, we'll wait for the Sepultura talk until you get back.
Good. Yeah, I was hoping so.
But yes, I love Bela Lugosi's Dracula, but I still prefer the Hammer stuff. Peter
Me
Cushing.
too, but yeah.
Oh.
Christopher Lee is my favorite.
Yes.
You gotta admit the most iconic is Bella because of his look and the portrayal is so well known and copied. Yeah. But even Christopher Lee was influenced by him. You can't deny that.
Yeah. It's just, especially Horror of Dracula. That is undoubtedly my favorite Dracula film ever.
Oh, me too.
It's so
absolutely. That's like what's missing in the original Universal version to me. Is like the action, the intensity, like the you get to see all that in the Hammer version, the action and the Van Helsing and him squaring off, and the animalistic side of Dracula too.
Yeah. And I was finally happy to finally get me a copy of this Frankenstein film.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Like, really nice release. I'd love to get the Dracula one too, but yeah.
Love to have that new Hammer 4K version. Like, oh my god, that's insane. It's can't afford that though. But.
Yeah. Everything's getting far too pricey these days.
Oh god, man. But stuff like that, you have to admit, is proof that physical media is not dead. Look at the Nightmare on Elm Street box set that just came out. Wow, that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
The steel books,
I'm definitely not getting that anytime soon.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
God damn.
I just recently got the first film on 4K finally, and then they announced that box set. I was like, I'm done.
I know. I actually got the steel book of the 4K, but then they came out with the whole 4K box set of the steel books.
Yes. I know.
Yeah.
One place in particular I rarely go to is Barnes and Noble because
pricey.
You could find a movie at Walmart for $10, but they'd have it for $35, and you're like, wow.
I know. Even like a regular DVD sometimes is like freaking $25.
Yeah, it's insanity.
But now and then they have a good special that goes on. Like they had 50% off the Criterions recently. I think it was last month.
Oh,
Or sometimes they have like the Arrows 50% off, stuff like that. That's when it can be good.
nice. Yeah, it was also nice that I finally joined the club and had got this set too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, there's some
Kiss of the
good
Ring.
one. A lot of good ones on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would be cool to get like a really nice 4K release of Horror of Dracula.
Oh my god. I'm still waiting. Like I'm hoping they do one like that with like they did with the Curse of Frankenstein there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that'd be amazing. Because I've never seen any making of stuff on that. You know,
Oh,
like I want to see stuff like that. Like,
yeah. But
just
yeah,
a special.
I would definitely recommend the new Frankenstein. It's definitely Guillermo del Toro's vision, but it's still really good.
I'll have to check it out.
Oh yeah. It's cool. I like the monster's voice in it. Like at one part, he's like, "You refuse to give me love, so I shall indulge in rage." And I'm like, "Ooh, I like that."
Nice. You ever see the what was it? Mary Shelley's Frankenstein or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah, they tried to make it all like almost like the Francis Coppola Dracula in a way,
yeah,
like more romanticized, and
yeah.
it's not bad. Christy likes that one because of their romance, you know, right, Christy? One
uh,
with the Kenneth Branagh and freaking what's the girl that's always like in the gothic movies?
uh, Winona Ryder.
You know who I mean. Oh, what's it? She's in Fight Club and the I can't
Oh,
think of the name of her. Helena Bonham Carter.
oh.
Yeah.
I said Winona Ryder out of nowhere.
But they kind of mix in the bride of Frankenstein in there too.
Yeah,
Throw it in one movie.
I'm definitely curious on this Christian Bale Bride movie.
Yeah, man, me too. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. I still need to get a copy of the Hammer Mummy. I still need that one.
Oh, I love that one.
Yep. It's so good.
Actually, we're probably talking a lot about it. Hammer. We're supposed to be talking about Universal Monsters.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I still need to check out the Daughter of Dracula. I still haven't
Oh
seen.
yeah, you gotta. I love that movie.
Is that movie streaming anywhere?
Yeah, I think it's on Tubi.
Oh,
I think
nice.
most of them are on Tubi.
Nice.
Yeah, check it out, bro.
Most definitely.
I think
Do you
you'll enjoy it.
do you have a copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yeah, I do. I have a couple of them. I have
Um,
the 4K. I have the Blu-ray. Um, this one.
Oh, nice.
4K. And this one, the Blu-ray one.
Yep. I just love Dracula films.
I like that one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Gary Oldman is great too.
Yeah, what you mentioned earlier in the 1931 Dracula when he pulls the mirror out and he just smacks it and like, how dare you?
Yeah, I love that stuff.
I love the facial expressions when he pulls out the cross and he's just like,
You're a wise man, Mr. Van Helsing.
did you see the newest version of the Wolfman from Blumhouse?
No, I haven't yet. I didn't hear much good about it though.
No.
Nah, just no. Did you watch it?
Yeah, and I own it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I kind of avoided it. When I hear a lot of bad stuff about it, I'm not even gonna bother. I didn't hear one good thing about it. Nothing.
No.
So I have no interest.
So while we wait, do you got anything exciting coming up for the channel?
Not really that I can think of. I'm sure I'll come up with something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so behind on YouTube. I made that whole new channel, made an introduction, and then never made another video.
Did you make a video since then?
I have not. I want to do it, but I'm just trying to figure out the right thing to review or rank or something.
You should put some of them TikToks on there, like as a short, like a YouTube short or whatever.
Oh yeah, I definitely could do that.
Yeah.
Some of the skits as well.
Yeah, you do really good with that.
Oh,
You know, and
thank
like
you.
the Scream ones and the. There's 2 Hellhounds. What the?
What?
That's right.
Another dimensions. You're an alternate reality.
2 hellhounds. Wow, that's scary. I think 1 is probably more than enough. Yeah, I'm upstairs making my dinner. I'm freaking starving. I'm just gonna eat like macaroni.
What is that noise like going on?
I know.
Probably my
Sounds like
microwave.
water or something. Like what is that?
Oh, it's probably my dog.
Oh, drinking
Walking around.
the water. That's what it is.
I'm trying to get caught up with the chat.
Tubing is good. Yeah, I love Tubi.
I don't know where I left off with the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I know it's taking a lot longer than 5 minutes.
No,
No
you're all
problem.
good.
I'm upstairs.
What you up to?
Huh?
What you up to?
I'm just making my dinner.
Oh,
Just heating it up in the microwave. I haven't eaten yet. I'm really hungry, so I thought I could hold out to the end of the stream, but I can't take it anymore. I'm so hungry. I can't think straight.
Yeah. I still got about 30, 35 minutes before I have to go, so that's still plenty of time.
Yeah, there should be enough time for Sepultura
Yeah.
for top 5. Yeah, that's right, Sean. You love mac and cheese, right? And then you say that was your favorite food.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just had some buffalo mac and cheese from Papa Gino's yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So good.
If I see somebody walking around in my room, I'm gonna freak out. Wouldn't it be cool though if I saw somebody walk by, like on the camera that's in my basement?
Yeah. Imagine
Wouldn't that
if
be
you saw
awesome? But scary at the
shadow
same
of,
time.
Yeah.
yeah, Imagine if you saw the shadow of Nosferatu going up.
Yes.
Warlock.
I guess I'm staying up here for the rest of the stream.
Oh,
I'll
that
deal
would
with
be
that later.
that would be some Twilight Zone level shit if you actually just sat down and you were both at the same place.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, which one's the real Lord Hellhound? Rob Zombie Halloween sucks. He's the real one. Rob Zombie Halloween rules. Oh, that's the imposter. That's the fake one. Just kidding.
You could do like a pre-recorded video and just put it in
Oh
there,
yeah.
and make it
That would
seem like you're really there in the
Oh, that would be
current.
so awesome.
Imagine.
Oh, French toast sounds good, babe. She makes really good French toast.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Christy makes amazing mac and cheese.
Yeah, nice.
Like she puts like extra cheese in it, like
Oh yeah.
Velveeta or something sometimes.
Nice.
Now I'm getting hungry.
That's Hellhound's wife, Christy. Purple.
Yeah,
Peach.
Purple Peach is my wife.
Did you say you haven't seen the new Nosferatu yet?
I have not.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yes.
I heard mixed things.
Yeah. There's certain things I didn't care for about it, but overall it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a picture of Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok. Not really what I expected, but he plays a good villain. He was great as Pennywise.
Mm. It's I thought it was kind of weird the way they handled his character. I don't know why.
Really? Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Like his voice is weird, and I don't know. It's like weird. It's just weird.
I absolutely loved it. That gothic
Yeah.
tone. And, yeah,
Oh
his
yes,
voice.
it looks amazing. Like like you said, the gothic tone is great.
Yeah, I'm sure that part was done well.
Yeah, he's treated more almost like a demonic entity. Just
Yeah.
the presence and his like, it is a black omen to journey in power.
Nice. So if I click out of this, it won't end the stream, will it? Since it's still going on my other camera.
Probably
I would
not.
think.
I hope not. I'm gonna try it. All right, I'll see you guys back downstairs when I get there.
All right. That would have been awesome if he clicked off and he immediately just popped in the chair.
Yeah.
Teleporting.
He did something like that in the video. He used the effect where he disappeared or something like. How'd you do that?
I should come on this stream one day just completely in the ghost face get up and just it's hot in that mask though.
I'm curious if anybody included any post Cavalera Sepultura.
Yeah, I'm not. All right, good. I think I'll wait enough time. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's not going to be any post Cavalera Sepultura on my list. I actually do have one of the post Cavalera Sepultura albums with singer Derek Green. I think it's Dante. Was it Dante 21 or something? because I like that
Yeah.
song "Convicted in Life." That was actually a pretty cool song. I think I bought it just for that song. But it's nothing like it's nothing like the original Sepultura. They should have called it something else when Max left and when Igor left too.
Yeah.
Well, Igor stayed for a little while, right?
What's that?
Yeah.
I said Igor stayed for a little while afterwards.
Yeah, he did. All right, I guess I'll start off since that's where we left off, right? All right, so my number 5, my 5th favorite Sepultura album is going to be Morbid Visions, which is actually their debut album. It was their very first.
Wow.
I think it's the only studio album not to feature Andreas Kisser.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a really good album. It's a lot heavier. This one and Schizophrenia, The Fall Up are a lot heavier than what will come after. It kind of has a more of a death metal feel, for sure. Yeah, Max Cavalera's vocals were a lot more like guttural, kind of growls. It's very, very heavy and very brutal. I mean, it still counts as thrash metal, but it's like a lot heavier and yeah, very different sound. It's really cool. If they want to continue to this sound, that'd be fine too. But it's a really good album. I say definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. It's cool to see where they all started. And like I said, I think it's the only one without lead guitarist Andreas Kisser. But it's really good, really awesome, really slays. There's a lot of great solos. Cavalera's vocals is really awesome on this one. Yeah, his brother Igor Cavalera. I think he's actually a pretty underrated drummer. And I think that Pablo, I think is his name, was the bass player, and he's actually he's technically been with the band during their whole career, but I don't think he actually played on their first like 4 or 5 albums. Like I think Andreas Kisser did it, and whoever the lead guitarist on this one was, but which is interesting. Or not Pablo, Paulo. Sorry, yeah, Paulo Jr., the bass player. I think he's the only one who's been there from the beginning. But like I said, I don't think he played on the early albums. I think he was just he just played when they did concerts. But yeah, great album. Yeah, Max and Igor tear it up, and the guitarist they had, his name escapes me at the moment, the lead guitarist. Gyro.
Something.
Yeah, great lineup, great songs. Really, really heavy. It's really awesome.
Really, yeah.
Love it.
Super raw sounding,
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Real raw and gritty.
Yeah, very. Yeah, they're Brazilian.
Yeah.
Brazilian metal. Yeah, very, very intense, evil, and of course morbid. And yeah, very raw, like you said, definitely. Kind of sloppier and more unstructured, not in a bad way necessarily. I think it's kind of adds to the archaic, venomous, really aggressive sound they had.
Yeah.
Kind of primitive, but I think it works in the album's favor. The production's not so great, but like I said, it's just brutal as hell, and I think that kind of adds to it.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. I haven't listened to it as much as the 3 they did after or the 4 they did after their first 2, but still pretty kick ass.
Yeah.
But a little repetitive at times.
So my number 5 is going to be Roots.
Nice.
Roots, bloody roots. I love this song. I don't care. Even though it's, more new metalish, they're definitely going in that direction for sure. I still really like it though. I feel like once they get into like the Soulfly, it probably goes too much in that area, but still, it was still really solid. Yeah, definitely a lot more with the tribal drum beats and all that.
Yeah.
I like the song "Look Away" with Mike Patton and Jonathan Davis and Rata Mahata. Good song.
Hell
I definitely enjoyed.
Great pick. That album definitely has some groovy riff to it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say his vocals are very aggressive.
Definitely.
Cavalier.
Yeah. My number 5 is Morbid Visions.
Nice.
Yeah, this album is extremely raw. At some points, it
Yeah.
sounds like the instruments are kind of out of tune, but that's okay.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, songs.
Sounds.
One of my favorite songs ever is "Troops of Doom." Oh, like when you watch like old live clips and he just goes up and uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Oh, ah, yeah. Morbid visions, mayhem, war, crucifixion. Oh, even Cavalera is one of my favorite people in metal. I mean, they gave us Sepultura, Soulfly, Cavalera Conspiracy, Nail Bomb. It's just epicness. And actually, Cavalera Conspiracy just released not long ago their re-recordings of Morbid Visions.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, and they definitely kept that raw sounding vibe, but with better production.
Yeah.
But yeah, this album is brutal. It's sick. He has that kind of hiss to his voice where he's doing a lot more like.
It's like rough, man.
Yeah, Sepultura just pumps me the hell up. So
Yeah.
yeah, number
Black
5.
metal.
Nice.
Bronson White Wolf is in the chat. How's it going, Bronson? Yes, young Greg.
Hello.
Yeah, Cavalier is awesome. I like all his projects. Soulfly was a little more new metal. I think Cavalier Conspiracy, at least the first album, Inflicted, kind of sounded like old school Sepultura. Of course, Igor is there too, and Nail Bomb. And doesn't he just have a band just called Max Cavalera now, or just Cavalera or something too?
I think it's just Cavalera now, right?
Yeah.
That's when they recorded the re-recordings of the old Sepultura albums, like you were just saying.
Right. Yeah, they did the first two, I think. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I need to give that a listen. So my my fourth favorite is going to be Schizophrenia, their second album, and first to feature Andreas Kisser. Yeah, Max Cavalera's vocals were still pretty brutal, still pretty heavy, kind of bordered on black metal at times. This album does kind of have the death metal feel of its predecessor. It might be even heavier, possibly. Like I said, I haven't listened to this as much as like the next four. They were still thrash metal. This is kind of more. This is definitely before they started kind of slowly venturing into more like groove metal territory. Max Cavalera's vocals, his rhythm guitar sound. Andres Kisser is a really underrated lead guitarist, and he also, I think, did all the bass on this album too. Igor Cavalera's drumming is really underrated too. Really awesome. Very young and vicious and just bloodthirsty and just. I think it is a step up from the debut. Some great riffs, really memorable solos. Kind of their first step into a kind of a more kind of a larger world, so to speak. Kind of more. This is when they really showed they really had something to prove and were definitely worthy of being right up there with other thrash metal greatness. Kind of when they start finding themselves a little bit. This pure thrashing riffing metal is just awesome.
Hell yeah.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah. My number 4 is going to be the same, Schizophrenia. I agree. I think it was a step above the debut, but it still kind of had some of that rawness from the first one, and just as heavy though. Like, I love this. One of my favorite songs is "To the Wall."
Yeah.
Really heavy. Just a great follow-up, and they're getting a little bit more of, like you said, finding themselves, their sound. And I love Max's vocals on here, just awesome. Yeah, kick ass. Still raw, still gritty, a little bit more deathish, I guess.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hail
Sorry,
to
I'm
the
eating
yeah.
while I'm doing this. I'll try to eat while you guys are talking. So I'm not going to talk my mouth full.
Well, at number 4 for me, it's going to be this killer record, and that is Chaos AD.
Nice.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
love this one. This one's got some bangers: Refuse, Resist, Territory, Slave to the New World. Yeah, this was like this to me. This album kind of teeters on that perfect mix of what Roots would be, but also still keeping a lot of the thrash influence. So it kind of melds, almost like in a groove metal sort of way.
Yeah.
But yeah, this album is killer. Mark my territory. So yeah, Territory and all of those Chaos AD, it rules.
Hell yeah.
Abs-
I love it.
absolutely. That cover
Right,
rules
so,
too. I love the album cover.
Yeah.
The dude hanging upside down. Man. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, Bronson had a question. Yeah, he sent me a clip of Christopher Walken versus Sammy Kerr. Asked me if I could share it here. I'm not able to share clips because you have to have the premium membership for that.
Oh.
We don't have a lot of time, but yeah, I'll talk about that another time. Anyway, yeah, my third favorite is going to be Chaos AD. Yeah, really good album. Great album. Yeah, this was their fifth album and kind of the last album that I really love. I do like Roots more than most people. That was when they really like embraced their groove metal side, and they really kind of sounded more new metal. It was also the last album to feature Max Cavalera. But you know, I still kind of like Roots, but I consider it their last truly great album. Like I said, it was their fifth, and but still it's really good. I love the opening track, "Refuse, Resist," Chaos AD, Order, Elite. So awesome, such a great vocal. I love Max Cavalera's angry, aggressive, just you know, venomous sounding vocals. Yeah, some great leads by Andreas Kisser. Yeah, awesome artwork too. Like Sean already said. Yeah, Igor Cavalera's drumming is sound as well. Yeah, lots of other great songs. Yeah, Slave New World. Propaganda Biotech is Godzilla. Yeah, really awesome.
Yeah.
This was one of the first albums that I heard by them, and I think Beneath the Remains was the first one I heard. This might have been the second one or so, but yeah, really killer record, really awesome, just metal greatness.
Hell
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bronson. I misunderstood. He said I wasn't asking you to share the clip. As you talk a little bit the idea, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to have to get that to another video. We just don't have time. And also Sean and Horrorfan wouldn't know what I'm talking about. And we got to wrap this up like here in about at least 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm just not going to have time, but I'll get to it probably eventually.
Okay. My number 3 is going to be probably most people's number 1. But yeah, still awesome. Arise.
Nice.
You know, obviously Dead Embryonic Cells is a classic. The song Arise, Altered State, Desperate Cry. Great stuff. Yeah, awesome album. Awesome thrash metal. Yeah, it's definitely a thrash metal classic. I would say, I guess the thing that keeps it from being number 1 for me is I wish his vocals were a little more aggressive, you know, like they are in Chaos AD or like the first couple albums. It seems more. It's definitely a much more polished sound too, but yeah, still awesome.
Mellowed out a little bit more. It was kind of more akin to clean singing than it was the raw, aggressive, you know, heavier vocals he had before.
Yeah.
A little more clean sounding.
Yep.
But yeah, Arise, fantastic pick. Number 3 for me is gonna be Schizophrenia.
Nice.
Oh, I love this album, and I also love that they re-recorded "Troops of Doom" for this album,
Yeah.
which was also a nice touch-up. But yeah, the intro, it sounds very kind of Psycho-esque with the. Um, then you get "From the Past Comes the Storm" with that epic. Oh, it's just nasty and brutal. "To the Wall," "Escape the Void." Yeah, this album, I love this album. It's got still has that perfect mix of that raw, brutal sound while still being much better production than Morbid Visions was. Um, yeah, it's just killer. Still great vocals, great playing, great riffs. Ah, love it.
Excellent choice.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So my number 2 is going to be Arise, and yeah, I love that artwork as well. That's just awesome. Very creative.
Yeah.
Very
That's so
really
cool.
makes you think. Yeah, I love this album. I used to have it on cassette tape. I still do actually. I used to when I was in high school, I would have the tape in my car. I had a CD player and a cassette player, and I would have that blaring whenever I went to it. That was one of the albums I had blaring on my cassette player when I'd go to and from drive to and from school. Yeah, it's a great album. I love Dead Embryonic Cells. That song just rips. Oh man, it's just killer. All kinds of great songs. Some great Andreas Killer riffs and solos. Max Keller's rhythm playing and his vocals are awesome. Yeah, this is when he started kind of more going toward more of a clean sound. It wasn't as aggressive or didn't really border on death metal so much anymore like the first 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their 4th album, and yeah, this CD also contains the track "Orgasmatron," which of course is a cover of one of my favorite Motorhead songs, and I think they do a great job with it. Just killer. I love their version of "Orgasmatron." It's awesome. But yeah, really, really great album. It's just sick. Probably some of my favorite of the whole Cavalera era on this recording for sure. It's awesome.
Hell yeah. Great pick.
We got that classic breakdown, dead embryonic cells that everybody lets put it in.
Love that.
My number 2 is going to be Chaos AD.
Yeah.
Nice.
Freaking love that. Even before I got into them, because I have to say, you guys are kind of responsible for getting me into them. You expanded my horizons. Like, I knew of them, and I knew a few songs here and there, like Territory and obviously Roots Bloody Roots and all that.
Yeah.
But I really delved into them with you guys, so thanks for that.
Nice.
But Territory is still my favorite Sepultura song. That song freaking rules. It's so heavy, it's so aggressive, and it's I love the drums from Igor. Amazing. Oh, song is so great. Refuse, Resist, of course, is an absolute classic. I love Max's vocals in this album too, like a lot more aggressive than Arise, so that's what I really like about it too.
Yeah.
And then they started to incorporate more of the tribal drum beats and stuff, which is pretty cool and different, very different for metal, and then they're bringing in their Brazilian background into the music, which is cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Propaganda, that's a great killer tune.
Oh, hell yeah. Propaganda. Excellent pick. Love that album.
Hell yeah. How about you, Horror Fan? What's your number 2?
My number 2 is going to be Arise. Oh, Arise is so damn good. I love playing Desperate Cry on the guitar. I have a video posted with me playing that. But yeah, like Dead Embryonic Cells, like no hate to modern metal breakdowns, but these are the type of breakdowns that just make me want to run through a wall. Like, like it's just me personally. I feel like a lot of breakdowns today are all the same, like doom, dum, doom, trying to get the lowest you can.
That low
This,
bass, the boo, whatever that is.
yeah, like stuff like that or Domination, like that is the let's
Oh
go.
yeah, nice.
Yeah, Altered State, Under Siege, Subtraction. This album is a classic for a reason, and I just love it. So, arise, we shall arise.
Hell yeah. Yeah, great album.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I suppose Roots would be an honorable mention for me. That's the only album. That's the only Max Cavalera album that's not on my list. It's only a top 5. But yeah, that was kind of a more ventured in new metal. But my number one favorite Sepultura album is, of course, Beneath the Remains. Yeah, this is their 3rd album. This is when I think they really found their sound. I love how they had a much heavier kind of death metal, more death metal akin sound on their first 2 albums. But this is kind of when they really came into their own. Maybe it wasn't quite as like brutal, but still very heavy. Still kind of border death metal a little bit, but it's kind of more, it's definitely more like traditional thrash metal than their first. It's really kind of more. It's before they kind of went to the more groove metal and eventually new metal direction, which is fine too. But yeah, great album. Some of my favorite songs. Yeah, of course the title track, Inner Cell, Stronger Than Hate, Massive Gnosis, The Slaves of Pain, Lobotomy. Yeah, honestly, whenever I listen to this, I don't skip a single track. I think it's all killer, no filler. It just rips. Actually, absolutely slays. It's really, really good. Yeah, Max Cavalera. I think this is kind of when he really found his voice, the style that he wanted to use for like the majority of his career. Even though it was like a little more, definitely more like more heavy and brutal, gritty than like say, Arise and Roots and stuff, and even Chaos AD.
Hell yeah.
But I think this is kind of when he was just kind of figuring out like what their identity was going to be. Yeah, it's really awesome. Yeah, Andreas Kisser's riffs and solos are immaculate. So yeah, I think it's definitely their final outer. It's still very brutal, very ballistic, very very aggressive and wrathful. Just essential thrash metal. Like when I think of thrash metal, it's probably like in my top 10 favorite thrash metal album. It's glorious. It's a masterpiece of thrash. Like Chaos AD and stuff, they kind of sort of lean more towards groove metal. This one's just like pure thrash with like I said, kind of that heavier, almost bordering on death metal style that was prevalent in their first 2. Yeah, Slaves of Pain and Lobotomy, I think are my 2 favorite tracks. But yeah, all the tracks just contribute perfectly. The production's really good too this time. Definitely a huge improvement of the first. There's a slew of awesome riffs, awesome solos, really well constructed guitar lines, just really, really well coordinated compositions. Like I think Andreas Kisser did a lot of songwriting this time around, like even more than the second album, which was his debut. Yeah, even though lyrics are really well written and thought provoking, I think the vocals are almost like another instrument, kind of just goes right with the flow of the album, like it just almost like lightning in the bottle. It just flows together so perfect, like just so seamless. This is like a perfect thrash record, just a masterpiece full of awesome anthems. It's just awesome.
Hell yeah.
Go on, but it's great.
Fuck yeah.
Are you ready? Is my wife still here, or did she check out? Did we scare her off?
Well, Lord Hellhound, I echo that sentiment. Beneath the Remains is my number 1 too. Like you said, thrash masterpiece. Like it's awesome. Like Yeah, I just think it's just the next level from the first couple albums. Like the production is great, like, and the playing is much better. I think much tighter, much more technical, and much more proficient than the first couple albums. Where the first ones are very raw, but a little bit, sloppy at times. But I just think it's like bam, right on the money on the third album. Just excellent. Inner Self is one of my all-time favorite openings of a metal song. It's so freaking
Yes.
heavy. um, Beneath the Remains, the title track is awesome. Mass Hypnosis, yeah, awesome album. Yeah, thrash classic, just excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bronson. I don't know. I might get to that eventually. I don't really have much to say. I don't know how to go about it, so I'd have to like really, really come up with something to do it justice, something definitive. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. He messaged me on the official Horror and Metal Facebook, which anybody watching should check that out if you get a chance.
Definitely.
Sharing some interesting facts, but yeah, he wants to know if I'll film a video about one of the things he sent me. Yeah, possibly. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. You guys aren't gonna believe what my number one is. Beneath the Remains.
Nice.
I know this is a wild take, but this is my favorite thrash metal album of all time.
Oh, wow.
I adore this album. This album is so damn aggressive. Songs like Inner Self, Stronger Than Hate, fucking Mass, or as Max would say it live, Mass Hypnosis. Yeah, the riffs. This is the definition of face melting metal. Like, it's so aggressive. It doesn't let up. It kicks your ass all the way up and down the street and then thanks you for it. Like,
Hell yeah.
so yeah, Beneath the Remains, killer stuff.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So, think about coming up with an idea for a sequel to Trick or Treat. A sequel to Trick or Treat would be awesome. Yeah, especially if it involved Christopher Walken. He's one of my favorite actors. He's great. So yeah, it's a good idea. Definitely, definitely send me your idea when you finish it because I'd like to check that out.
When are we gonna get a sequel to Trick or Treat? That's what I want to know. Like,
Yeah.
Sequel to what?
Trick or Treat. When are we gonna get a sequel to Trick or Treat? The anthology movie.
Awesome. My wife and I watched that in October. Yeah, it's awesome. It's just dripping with Halloween atmosphere. One of my favorite anthologies. I don't love a secret match, but there's supposed to be
Yeah.
I don't know when it's gonna be.
May never happen.
But that would be great.
I tell you what,
right
though,
it's 8:30, so right on time.
Yeah.
We finished the topics perfect.
Yeah. I think we ran pretty well.
I wasted all that time making my dinner, like 10 minutes. Even we still had time, even when I did that. That's great. Proud of myself.
Give yourself a little pat on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent show, fellas.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. We'll have to think of
Oh yeah.
for next time.
Hell yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, any closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
See you on the next one.
See you next time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here in the Morbid Hour live stream.
What's up, folks?
Peace.
That sounds good. That's a good idea. I like that.